You never want to leave fire. And I'm aware of this because I learned don't leave fire. Yesterday, I started a receive what you need. Meaning, I am clearing my space, and instead of selling and going through that, aloha, receive what you need. And I have a lot of books. And so I had posted that I was giving away books and other things. And hey, Michelle, what's up, Michael? Come receive what you need. And it's beautiful because I believe, and I said this on my last live, at times when we believe things are falling apart, they're actually coming together. And I have a belief that it's perspective. And often when we believe everything is falling apart, it's just rearranging, maybe detaching, but it's not falling apart. That's the label we put on it. Maybe in a different label, by a different perspective, it would be that this is what's necessary for what is next. And I'm reminded of this because I've learned this. And I've learned through the experience. And oftentimes I've heard individuals, thank you. Well, you know, I make it do what it do. I mean, it's just a little sun kiss. It's a little sun kiss, I am afraid. Like, it's a little sun kiss. Nice to see you, Joy for Life. Yeah, here's the other thing. I will come back to that. However, I always speak about my bike. Thank you, Whitney Hart. Thank you, Marquita. What's up? Thank you. I appreciate that. You know why? Because I talk about my bike and I will go back to my message. However, the message is the bike because it's always made me feel this happy. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you, Bailey. So, initially my bike was the in-between while I was waiting for my tire to be shipped to the island. Because I live in Hawaii, not everything is readily in stock. So my car tire, which is for a BMW i3 electric car, is not stocked. So it takes 20 to 28 days for it to be shipped to Hawaii. Follow me. So instead of saying, okay, well, I don't have transport. No, I live on an island. I live in Hawaii. I'll hop on my bike. And I love my bike. I remember being like 12 and just riding my bike with my friend David Macias, who was my best friend, my neighbor. We would ride to school. We would ride to Long's and take 25 cents. Yes, at one time, candy bars, you could take $1 into 7-Eleven and walk out with at least 4 things. Anyone in the chat, you know, you could get Hubba Bubba, you could get baseball. What was that baseball gum that was all shredded up? You could get bubble tape. You could get a push pop. You could get those candies for like 25 cents. And we would ride on my bike and I would have $1. Like the dollar meant the world was open to me. If I had $5, oh, I was unstoppable. $10, like it was, what are you going to do with me? I have $10. Baseball league, that's what it was. $10 when I was like, I don't know, 7 or something. What are you going to do with me? The world is my oyster. I can buy candy, a house, probably the world. Like $10 was everything. Yeah, sunflower. Oh, I remember those sunflower seeds. Yeah. Because one of my friends liked the ranch sunflower seeds. I just like salted. Yeah, 10 cents. 10 cents you could get candy. Really, $2.50 you could go into 7-Eleven. You could get what was those hot dogs called? This is when I ate meat. This was in my meat eating days, and I love those nasty hot dogs. They're nasty. I would never eat any of those now. However, at like 12, that was like the pièce de résistance. That was like a Michelin starred meal. No, Yvonne, I do not know when cookies was 2 for a penny. 2 for a penny? You don't even know when cookies were 2 for a penny. That doesn't exist. 2 for a penny, meaning half a penny each? No. No one on TikTok ever saw 2 cookies for 1 penny. That's impossible. Sorry. Not even sorry. No. Big League Chew. Yeah, I love Big League Chew. Okay. All right, Yvonne. I understand. My correction. I stand corrected. Because my mom was born in 50 and my dad was born in 47. So I accept that. Now I know. You know how hard it is? I've seen 2 cookies for $1. That's easy. 2 for $1, anything. But this is like early 90, maybe 93, 94, 95, 96. You go get a hot dog from 7-Eleven and a Slurpee. And I still can't finish those. I can hardly finish my tea. I don't know how people would get those big old Slurpees. My sister would mix like the blueberry, raspberry, and the Coke, which was weird. And I always liked, I think, the orange Slurpee. Yes! Aren't they amazing? You know, I've been wearing these because it's a conscious element that I'm reminding myself of. To be like water. Whatever transpires in the day, be like water. Just maneuver. Water doesn't actually climb or stand. It just shifts. Just shift. That's great, Phil. Thank you. I guess that's a compliment. I don't know how that would be a compliment, but I understand there's some benefit in it. So thank you, Phil. And I would probably do my best for you. However, that hasn't been my strongest point, to be faithful to a man, because there's so many great men, you know, but you won't find out. So I'll do it in a different country. So with my bike, there's this happiness, there's this joy. And when I'm as honest, listen, I'm a speaker, I gotta speak, and I only speak my truth. This is what I'm living, and that is the truth. Listen, let me tell you this. I've heard friends that say, oh, I can't live without this person. I've never had that happen. I've never met anyone where I've said, I can't live without them. Now, the only person I know of is me. I can't live without me, but a person? No, I can live. I can live quite well. I've been living quite well. And maybe that is just because the experience I haven't reached that timing yet. I believe it's available for me. I know it is. It's just timing, so I'm enjoying until. However, no. And that is true. So, my bike. Love my bike. Hopped on my bike. Love being in the sun. I love how, especially here in Maui, it naturally bleaches my hair because, okay, so these earrings, hold on. you can email this place because this is where I get these earrings. Misi Kimono, someone in the shop custom makes them. So if you go to their website and email them and say, I saw Hope's earrings, I want some, or something, they would know. Because I told them, I was like, yo, people love these earrings. However, I don't know, I'll just show the card. So I get it from them. They hand make them. There's a woman on the island here in Hawaii that hand makes them, and she makes them upon feeling it. So what's up, York? Good to see you. I receive your peace and blessings. Thank you. So she brings them in, and well, sure, that's a perspective. I'm open to all. It's to me, it's all of it. There's the other side where it's great, where I don't even question it, and that's it. And then I won't question it. So for me now, in this moment, my belief is that, because if I can be in such a beautiful, comfortable space with myself, I know I can partner and have that same feeling. And I definitely will, and I'll know. Otherwise, no, because there is a young man who said that I am his wife. And I'm sure that's probably what he heard. I'm not negating that. However, I haven't had that confirmation. Thank you, I am Frey. Thank you for the gift. However, until I receive that confirmation, it's not you. Wonderful. Honolulu, the wonderful island of Oahu, my neighboring island. So on my bike, yes, beautiful tan, excellent daily workout. I live very central, so anything that I would need, grocery store, market, beach, I'm a short bike ride away. And how lovely it is to see the island from the bike. And I have an electric car. So I'm not restricted of where I go. Because oftentimes I hear individuals say, oh, that's too much gas, that's too far. Imagine never thinking of that. There's so many restrictions that you unknowingly put on yourself. If you have to go there, just go. You won't ever be without, if that's your belief. However, to restrict yourself before acting is actually the same thought, because it's unproven. And it's the same with money. And I've spoken about this, all the places I lived, Paris, London, New York, Hawaii. I'll hear people say, oh, well, is it expensive? You know, I would never do that. Well, how do you know? Why wouldn't you? Why not have the thought of, I'm going to do that? It's the same thought. It doesn't mean you have to believe it. But the fact that you believe that you would never, simply because of something like money, discredits your ability to bring in whatever you believe is for you. Because it's not that it's not available. To see outside of money creates a creativity. So I believe at times our belief, yes, and our belief of how we label a lack of money, I don't work. I won't work. I do something that's productive, but I don't even use the word work for my life. That's not conducive to my mental health and how I structure my life. However, I have productivity that I love that brings a flow of everything that's for me. So if you label yourself lack of money to do something, it could be the catalyst of, okay, how am I going to do it? Yes, please like and share. And also, Yvonne, I have only done things I loved. And I only saw I saw my guardians only do things they love. So I've never had that mentality of, all I have to do is work. I hate work. I don't want to go to work. I've never seen that. So even that concept is foreign, and working as just a bare necessity to life hasn't been my example, which I'm grateful for. Well, people can do what they want to do. It doesn't matter what people do. Kay Shlik Shakur. It doesn't matter what people. Why does that matter if they? How are you even affected that people have blocked you? The fact that you're aware that people have blocked you and you've labeled it because it's of your belief. Maybe it's because they just are starting their own journey and they want to release their past, which happens to be you. It may not be your belief. Maybe that's your belief of their belief. That's great. Why do you have to start it with your black butt? If you have a thought and a belief, fantastic. I love that anyone has formed an opinion. All opinions are able to be shared without judgment, without aggression. For me. But I am a well-traveled, emotionally regulated person. Sure, if that's something that enlightens your life, I love that for you. And York, nothing will block the blessings that's for me. I can assure you of that. There's no entity, there's no person, there's nothing that would ever block the blessings for me. So I was speaking about how the lack of money can be the catalyst for still getting something. So for me, I spoke to a friend who volunteers at a performing arts center. And she's been doing this for 20 years so she could see the performance. Because she loves performances, and she lived in cities and San Diego and LA and Philadelphia, and she loved going to the cities. However, that was a conscious thought of how much it would cost to buy tickets. So she said, if I volunteer at the Performing Arts Center, all I do is collect tickets or tell people go this way, and I get to enjoy the show. So that's not a lacking. That was just the catalyst to receiving exactly what she wanted. However, to say I can't do it because of money, you shut yourself out. That has nothing to do with money. That has everything to do with you. In reality, I believe it always has to do with us. It always comes back to me. And I share this in every message. It's always me. Regardless, it's me. What am I going to do about it? What do I choose to do? I know what they have done, but so what? What do I choose to do? So what? And also, so what? Yeah, all this happens. So what? Today, I left a great morning with a friend of mine and her two little boys, and they love Auntie Hope. Everyone loves Auntie Hope. I am the favorite auntie. They want to bring their trucks and have a sleepover, and Auntie Hope, they love me. What's not to love? I get it. And the beauty in a child's eyes when they smile, and it's really just love. It's just love. Just a love to be around you. Just a love to be alive. Just a love I have my Cheerios. That essence of vibrant, robust, full, sweet love. And as I enjoyed my tea with the two young boys, one is 16 months, one is 3, I was speaking with my friend, and it was a wonderful moment. And in those moments, I actually just say, yeah, life is, if this is the start of my day, no, now that I know this is the start, the day is consistently getting better. That is my thought every day. Regardless of what happens, I will smile. I choose to show up positive. It is a choice, and I will continue. Why? So we continued, and I said, I'm going to take my bike. I'm giving some books away and giving some things away, so I'll see you later. So I'm on my bike, and I'm just happy because it's early in this Hawaiian morning. My skin is glowing after my nice shower, little, shea butter, got this nice glow, got, feeling real good, it's looking real good over here, okay? And I like to say I feel even better than I look. Okay, but it's looking real good. And I felt, my intuition said, go to this coffee bean and tea leaf just to do your morning emails and productivity. Because I do that stuff first thing in the morning. When I'm productive, I am very focused. I am highly productive. I am determined. I do have a high ethic. When I do something, I'm the best at it. And I say that. I believe it. I'm not even looking outside of me because I'm only comparing myself to my previous. And the other thought is I will be successful because I don't believe sustained effort at one thing is a quality that is a wide skill. Determined, concentrated effort at one thing at a high quality, if that's learning something, if that's teaching something, but especially in the learning process, because that's all learning is. It's just a concentrated, focused effort on something. Now, it could be through physically touching and learning. It could be physically listening or reading, writing, different ways. However, you have to stay focused. And we all have our different ways. Thank you, I am Frey. I love bursts of energy. And I learned this from my father. He said, give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. No, when you drill yourself into the ground and work, you do zone out. Your brain only has X amount of processing time. So to step away, even if it's only for every 2 hours, you just step away for 5 minutes, you go outside and you walk in a circle and look out. You're actually giving your brain a rest. You're rewiring your brain. You're just taking that stimulation away from that one thing that actually adds to your concentrated effort. So I like to break my day into 3 or 4 hour chunks. And I love an early morning because you do there's a head start. Because again, there are individuals that do. And it may be, I don't know. This isn't a fact. I haven't actually asked all 7 billion people in the world. I will say that. This is my truth. It's not the truth. It's a truth. That may be a benefit for completing something, just to have that extra time. That extra time to organize or prepare your day and to start your day. So, Left on the bike, sun's on me, shining, glistening, smiling, listening to affirmations, feeling great. And my intuition said, go to Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf near this grocery store on your way home. I said, excellent. What's up, Maya? What's up? Got a message for you. Good to see you. So I said, okay, I'm just listening. So I go to the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf with my phone and my laptop, and I start doing my correspondence. It's the first thing I do. I clear out my email. I clear out any calls or response, because then they're done. It's not something that I have to say, oh, this is what I will do. It's done in one sitting. It's complete. I'm open for what's next. Thank you. Thank you, Maya. So as I'm doing that, I'm in the coffee shop. My bike is locked up in the tree in front. Well, sustained effort is just doing one thing, because I also believe I'm a multitasker, so I'll break that down too. However, what I will use to speak about that is this. Okay, so I was looking for one book, but this will be okay. So explain sustained effort. This is directly to York 27,000 or 2,700. Sustained effort would be like this book. So I'm going through all my books and I'm saying, which ones do I have to keep? Because when I first started learning Portuguese, it was I was in Brazil. It was very easy. However, I would come and take this book and do a lesson every day for an hour. So for 1 hour, my efforts were solely placed on what was in this book to continue learning Brazilian Portuguese. Not on my phone, not cleaning my house, a concentrated effort with my ears, with my eyes, with my rationalizing and memorizing system, with my hand, with a pencil, just on the language. For 1 hour, every day. So every day to me is the sustained effort. You can do it once, that's fine. But to sustain that means that the learning will continue. And others may say, people just don't want to work. Okay. Or maybe just a sustained effort isn't an easy trait. It's difficult to continue doing something that you actually don't like. Even worse if you hate it. Even worse if you're only doing it because you have to feed and house yourself. But if you can just sustain a concentrated effort, you can kind of do anything. You can learn something. You can stick at something. Because when I say that, I'm making a more compassionate statement. Others would say most people won't stick at it. Well, yeah, so what? It's not always easy learning that. You have to be taught how to learn. And learning is just continuing to do it. That's it. It's not your brain power. If you just continue to do it, even if it's 10 minutes a day, you will continue to pick up something. Something. In another frame, I am excellent, Jessica Lopez. I'm here for you. Good to see you. Okay? I'm here for you. Others, my father would categorize that as people not wanting to put the time in. And I'm absolutely fantabulous, wealthy, healthy, and always in great expectation of more of what's for me. Yeah, my dad would say most people, if you continue, you will outdo someone else. If you continue, that's with anything. Because it's always easier to not do it. It's always easier if you're in a relationship and you say, let's just break up. It seems easier than to actually think, well, do I want to sustain this relationship? Okay, so what would that look like? Is this me? Here's the other problem. A lot of y'all don't understand. You are the problem. This is God. You are the problem. So ask yourself, and this is in the relationship or anything. A lot of the times, if you don't allow yourself to ask yourself, is the problem me? Am I the defining factor in all these situations? Because yeah, sometimes we're not. And this is in personal relationships. This is what I'm speaking about. In personal relationships, if you are hearing a similar story from your story in life, it's you. It's not them. It's actually you. Now, one or two people, well, those are the ones that were there to teach you a lesson. But if in every interaction, it's them, it's how they think, it's how they haven't grown, it's always a they or them, or if people, it's you. Because it's never them. You could ask yourself, yeah, it could be you. What's up, Counselor Cat Mom? What's up? It could be you. And some of y'all are some of y'all are like goblins and you just haven't realized it yet. It may be in your best interest to know, whoa, wait a minute. Actually, maybe I gotta love myself more. This is why I'm doing this to people. It's not like I'm doing this purposely. I actually never learned how to love myself. So instead of giving this love, I'm unknowingly bringing upon the events that I'm foreseeing because I was never taught how to love. In fact, I was only hurt as a child, had not told that I was loved or not been in a safe space to grow up. There's that element to ask yourself, is it me? That's why. It's not that you're a bad person. In fact, it's often you realizing that you can give yourself the love that you deserve. And I saw that. And this is just my perspective. And I saw that, I've seen that in individuals where they are purely kind souls that just had experiences that took that reality. And they're getting back to it. However, that journey is the journey. But some of y'all whippersnappers are the bad ones. Just understand that. Ask yourself, is it me? Listen, and I'm hope. People like me, as I say, what's not to love? I also love myself. I also like myself. I also speak to myself in a kind manner. So how I speak to others is reflective of how I speak to myself. Yeah. And even saying that, Counselor Cat Mom, and not negating it. Yeah, that happened. And it's so beautiful. I have it. And I've always had it. I've always had that love. It's always been here. And the beauty of knowing how powerfully we can love ourselves. And by loving ourselves means listening, truly listening. Because someone said, I said, you gotta, I'm not telling you what to do. However, to love is to listen and not negate. That voice actually knows. The fact that you're saying, no, I would rather, you're not getting it. It's not supposed to make sense to you. But that voice is there for a reason. Yeah, I understand. And I hold a space for that. And I speak to others because this is an experience that many of us have experienced. And the beauty of even saying it, because Jessica, there might have been a time that you would have never said it. That is the progression. The healing is in cycle. So give yourself approval and love and thank yourself, because even that admission is showing love. It's in that process of love. It's the biggest form of love for yourself. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. And any type, hey, okay, because someone told me that. You don't try, you just do. I don't know what trying is. You love yourself today, in whatever manner that looks like in this day. If that's saying, today I'm going to go in the mirror and say, I love you, then that's it. You've done it. But to try isn't an action. You can't try to hold this pencil. Like, you either hold it or you don't. Or that's how I see it. Someone said, you're black and white. Well, yeah. Are you going to pick me up or not? Like, don't tell me I'll try. No. No, we aren't doing that. I have people like that in my family. We ain't doing it. You picking me up or not? You picking me up on time or you're not? We ain't trying, okay? You either do or you don't. Okay? You love yourself. You determine, what will I do in this day that shows love for me? If it's just hugging you and saying, I love you, Hope, today's a great day, you're doing good. That's it, you've done it. Then do it again. Then do it again. Even that one action, take 10 seconds to hug yourself and embrace and say, I love you, fill in the blank. That has done it for the day. That's all you need to do. Doesn't take more than that. That's the catalyst that starts the door to open. That's all it takes. So, because I love myself, I listened to my intuition, went to the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, set up my workspace, was on my MacBook, had my phone, doing some things, and I saw these two beautifully dressed women. And one woman had on this little sundress. Now, I love a sundress. I love comfort, but you got to make it look good. I am not like, oh, I threw on this old thing. No. I never throw on anything, first of all. I graciously apply it to my body. Secondly, I don't have any just old thing. Everything I have is beautiful, fly, magnificent, and amazing. If it's not, I don't want it. So I saw a woman who reflected that, and she had this cute little sundress. It was black with little red roses. It reminded me of the early 90s, the little baby doll dresses that we would wear. And she had a beautiful set of red manicured nails. If you love red manicured nails, continue to like and share the live, because a red manicure always leads to something great. And I always say I take off my red manicure as soon as it chips, because a woman with a chipped red manicure is not a woman I want to know. So the woman was walking up to the register with her beautiful manicure and her beautiful pedicure, her beautiful above knee length sundress. And her friend appeared to be maybe slightly more mature than her, but dressed beautifully in a button-down floral shirt and some navy flowing pants, like culottes, knee length. Like, what are those things called? Pedal pushers. There we go. There we go. She had on some pedal pushers. I know somebody knows what some pedal pushers are. And I used to love my pedal pushers. They're so cute. So, these women walk in. I see the red manicure. Exactly. And, exactly. I love that counselor cat mom. Okay. Okay. So they order their drinks. I'm finishing up some correspondence, and I'm at the largest table in the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. So they come to the end of the table, and one of the woman in the beautiful sundress says, "Do you mind if we sit at the table?" I said, "Of course not. You're sitting at the best table here. You're sharing a table with me." I really say this stuff, like, because I believe it. And they laughed and they sat. And it was a quite large rectangular table. So as they sat, I don't know what we started talking about, but I started talking, because I just do. And as I was talking, we were talking about the manicure. So I said, I love a red manicure. And we started speaking about the red manicure. Well, the other friend in the floral shirt, yes. What, you're going to use what, Counselor Cat Mom? Say it in the chat, because I need to be reminded of what you're going to use. So, the sundress woman had the manicure. She was talking about her manicure. Her friend in the floral button down says, "Oh, her nails are beautiful. However, I'm a seamstress, so I don't receive manicures because I'm always making clothes." I said, "That's fantastic. Hey, that's fantastic. Would you like a serger?" And she says, "Really? A serge machine." Now, here's the other thing. I sew. I've always loved sewing. I've always loved clothing. I've shared that I love... Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's a great one. Thank you, Counselor Cat Mom. I've always loved clothing. This is why I loved fashion. I've modeled. I've loved fashion. I loved the time of modeling. I loved sketching clothes. I love making clothes. I love remaking clothes. I love the business of fashion. And that's a direction that is still in my life and will always be in my life. And I always remember my grandmother having one of those big Singer machines, a full unit with the foot pedal, and it was vintage and beautiful. So That's always been a part of me. I've always torn up clothes and put them back together, dyed them, all sorts of things. And I took sewing lessons for a few years. Maybe I was in Fresno, maybe from 10 to 14, I took sewing classes every weekend, every Saturday for a few hours, and learned how to cut and do the basic stitches. So I know how to sew. And I got back into it while being here in Hawaii because it inspires me. So, yes, and my grandmother taught me how to crochet. I knit. I do love to knit. However, I was taught this art through crochet, and then I went into knitting. So I was out on the other side of the island driving, and I see an estate sale sign. And I never pass an estate sale. I never pass a garage sale. No. I may pass a yard sale, but I will never pass an estate sale. Estate is far different than yard. Remember that. So I saw this estate sale this way. So I turned, went, skirt, skirt, skirt. I followed the signs to the estate sale. And it's this beautiful home, large, spacious, sprawling home overlooking the island and the water. And it was a woman who was selling one of her homes. She has several, and I love a woman like this because it's reflective of me. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful, Counselor Cat Mom. What is the maker of your sewing machine? I would love to know. So as I entered the estate sale, I saw a serger. And what a serger does is essentially this. It finishes your seam as beautifully, as cleanly as possible. A serge machine is an addition to a sewing machine. And sergers are often far more expensive. You can get a decent sewing machine for, $50, $70, $100. So you can go to a yard sale and find one. Sergers start maybe around $300 or $400. A good serger is $600, $1,000. However, you can tell the difference between a stitch that's made from a serger and a stitch that is hand stitch or made from a sewing machine. So as I entered this estate sale, I saw this serger and I was like, hey, okay, I'm gonna get that serger. And the woman was like, you are? I said, yeah, but I haven't entered the house. However, I am a diligent, concentrated, sustained effort is with everything. If I'm going to an estate sale, you got to be tactical. I am a master shopper. My mother loves to shop. I often say this. She's the one that will say, if you like it, buy it in every color, which I agree. However, I say only buy what you love. The thing that you know as you walk away, it's pulling at you. That's not everything. You have to tune in like, oh, I love this. I buy it. I buy what I love. Estate sales, yard sales, start a pile. Tell the person who's selling, listen, can you set this to the side? I'm gathering things. I gather and then I deduct. But that is the best way because then at least I have the things that I like. Then I can filter and they can put it back. I prefer that than coming back and seeing that it's gone because that's, it's heartbreaking. That's nice. That's nice. I bet that's a lovely keepsake, Jessica. So, as I went in, I said, put the serger to the side. They told me the price. I said, sure, put it to the side. As I entered the home, everything was on sale because she has many homes and she's downsizing. She has a few homes, I believe one in Colorado, one in California, one here, one on another Hawaiian island. And she was a professional seamstress that had a catalog that would make bags and shirt matching clothing sets and book bags and cases for the past 40 years. This is one of her homes, and he's always your baby. He's always your baby. It doesn't matter how old they get. So she had that, and she had several rooms of vintage fabric, Hawaiian fabric. And within these rooms, she now had to liquidate. So as I'm going in the rooms, I'm seeing all of this beautiful fabric, as well as all of her beautiful furnishings, which were quite nice. But then here's the pièce de résistance. I went into her main craft rooms. Now this was probably like a 5,000-ish square foot home, ranch style home. So there was an upstairs and downstairs, but most of the home was spread out on the initial level. And as I entered, I see all of this fabric and buttons and sequins and elements. I was like, oh, this place is great. So I collect all these things, and I collect the serger. It was so much fun. But it was the thing about being tactical. Like, okay, I'm grabbing this. Okay, I'm grabbing this. Okay, all right, here's my pile. Let me go through. Let me sort. This is what I would like. And as I was speaking to the person selling to me, she runs these estate sales. So she said, I don't personally know the owner of the home. However, here's my card. I run estate sales. If you know of anyone, or if you want to be on my list to come visit, here you go. I said, great. And her surge machine is like it's probably like $1,000. And I think I bought it for maybe $150 or $200, because I saw it. And I also always think, even if I don't use it, I can always sell it. I'm always thinking in that way. This is a great surge machine. This is $1,000 machine. Even if I spend $100, I can still sell it, be it on eBay or something. So that's how I got the serger, and why I got it. Because I do love to sew, and when I'm inspired, I like to spring into action. So back to the women. The one who's a seamstress says, I'm a seamstress. This is why I don't have the red nail polish. I am clearing my space. I only speak what I know, and I'm challenging myself. What do I really need? Like, if I were to up and go today, what do I really need? We often just acquire stuff. I love this couch. I love this. But if you want it to go, it becomes the burden. Because it's stuff. I know it's beautiful pillows, but it's stuff. What do you need? What do you love? What will you bring if you only gave yourself 4 suitcases? Because in reality, you need yourself. You can get clothes anywhere, but let's say some outfits, some shoes. You're welcome. Maybe a few pictures, maybe a book, but you can get that anywhere. You don't need to bring that coffee table that you got on sale. You don't need to bring that lamp. It's actually the beauty of like, actually, I built it up just to say, how can this benefit for me? How can I release this? How can I release this to open the space for the next blessing? So I'm clearing my space. I was in a space of my phone completely overheated. So yes, you lost me. You lost me. I had to put my phone in the freezer. So I'm really excited that 10 of you held on. That means a lot to me. So, yeah. Back to what I was saying. The two women. What do you need? What do you need? I shared on my last week's live how I felt, I knew the feeling of things falling apart is things falling together, coming together. Thank you for continuing to like and share the live. Let's get this as high as we could go. So, I sat in a space of least resistance, of saying everything is working out. What I'm doing now is allowing it to work. And guess what? Thank you, Counselor Cat Mom. That means a lot. It does. It does. And I said, it is a time of shift. And I often say, for summer, I travel all the time. I love Hawaii. However, summer here in Hawaii is my time to be away. And I'm often with my parents in California, as well as seeing friends and family, as well as business things on the mainland, as well as around the world. So, I don't have to be restricted. And I was restricting movement. I was restricting myself. And when I said, let everything fall, I grew the space of how my belief in myself is the superpower. When I say it always comes back to us, it always comes back to us. I know there's something that's always providing for me. However, it's me. It's up to me. I choose to say that I do the work, or I'm doing the work, or I learned the lesson, or I got into it, or listen, I'm doing it. I hear a lot of people saying it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it when really bills aren't paid and eviction notices, and I'm still showing up with a smile on my face saying, I know what I'm doing is in alignment for me. And I'm not going to sink into, this is terrible. I prefer to say, what am I to learn from this? I am not going to sink into, this always happens to me. I'm going to sink into, why are things always working out for me? I am not going to sink into, I always attract negative things. I will only say, only great things come to me, even if it doesn't look like it, because that's when you usually have to tell yourself. You got to tell yourself. I'm here to tell it to you, but guess what? I've been in the mirror a lot telling myself this. Saying, Hope, you are steadily moving. You keep going. Knowing that everything is working out. Doesn't matter what things look like in this moment. It doesn't matter if the car's broken and you have the vision of no money in the bank or what am I, and you can still say, and it's getting better and I'm happy in this moment. That is when you can call it a miracle. You can call it motivation. You can call it positivity. You can call it a blessing, a manifestation. That's when this happens, because you have to speak it and believe it, especially when it may not physically be there. So, releasing things from my space, and I have a 1-bedroom home. I did not know I had this much stuff. In fact, I thought, I know I have stuff. I have a lot of stuff. I am now at the point where I usually get to this by day 4 or 5, where I just put everything in black bags and it's all, I don't care about it. Like, I don't care to shift and sort through it, anything, everything's just gone. And because I have cool stuff and a lot of books, I put a post out on a site that first I was selling big items. And then I named my sale the Beautiful Sale. It's not a yard sale, it's a beautiful sale. And then I was thinking, like, no, and some end tables and some pictures and this and that. And I said, did you get what you needed? They said, yeah. And it was the mother and father. And he said, yeah, my wife is really happy. I said, that's great. I'm so full of joy because of this. And she looked at me and she said, I'm so happy because my son has a bed to sleep in tonight. I said, that's why I did it. Thank you. That's what opens life. And it almost seems foreign, because I don't know if this is the average thought. I don't know. I know a lot of people. I've been a lot of places, but I won't speak in generalizations. It's not selling to pocket. It's actually increasing that level of like human joy. Being able to provide your child with a bed when you woke up this morning and didn't know, and then you went online and saw, and now by end of day when the son comes back, he has a bed. Do you know how much that changes the world? And I was speaking to a friend about this. I said, this is why there's success. Because of course, financial abundance, money is important. I understand that. Okay. All right, Jessica. However, that feeling that I felt when she said that she felt, that her son will feel, that's it. And so I named it the Come Receive What You Need. And I kept updating the photos, and people did. Someone even took my stripper pole. I was surprised that wasn't sold immediately. But I'll get back to that, because I have a pole, which is fantastic. It's one of the best fitness things. So back to the women. The seamstress, I said, I have this serger. Would you like it? Because no one has picked it up. She said, really? I said, yeah, it's actually brand new, and I'm shifting, I'm transitioning. So I would love to, exactly. I feel so free. And I've been doing this. I've done this a few times. However, this sense of freedom is enlightening and enthralling and empowering. So I said, I don't live far from here. I'm on my bike. I'll be home in 10 minutes. And here's my number. Here's my card. Just come up to my home anytime today. So I biked home and I got her surge machine ready, made sure, plugged it in, made sure it worked. And within 20 minutes, they arrived. And these women are in their 70s. And they walked up and I said, hey, I'm so excited to see you. Here you go. She said, oh, thank you. And I said, it works. I just checked it. she said, okay, thank you, Hope. Here. She hands me a few $20 bills. Now, I never asked. This is what I'm saying. It comes. It always comes. I'm always in the belief money loves me. It just comes. However, that exchange, because it wasn't something I asked for, it was just what I said. That thing where when you are giving, that creates whatever you label it, but it creates this flow or a space for specifically the flow of abundance in different ways. Monetary, time, health. Monetary abundance creates choices for people so it can be helpful. Exactly. And when she gave that, I just said, thank you. I said, thank you for allowing me to give you this, because I'm on a journey and I just trust it. Something said, start up this conversation and you're part of my blessing. And she shared a word with me. They had just came from Mass. And I said, put my name on there, Hope and family. They said, we definitely will. And these two women in their 70s, they embraced me and smiled and said, Hope, you're brave. You're on your way. You're on track. And I said, thank you. I'm just being led at this time. And as I walked away and got in the car, I said, yeah, I'm proud of myself. And reminding myself. We have to remind ourselves. Be proud of yourself in this day. In the action. In the action you got up. In the action that you took a shower or didn't. Just be proud that you showed up. All they did was show up to the coffee shop. All I did was show up. That's it. There was no other thought. And still, how we all connected. And yesterday, as I shared with you, I saw the family loading up an extra trailer, and they came and received beautiful things. Checking in with you, Detroit. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Give me a few likes, Kang. So yesterday, as I'm clearing out my space, I'm constantly putting new stuff out. It's very curated and beautiful. And I update with pictures. And people had texted me and said, I'm coming later during the day. And then I have all these journals and journal pages, because I've made my perfect journal. So I would go and create the perfect journal page. And for several months, I've been constructing the perfect journal for me. You will see it. However, how I like it to be structured, what I want on my journal page. I speak about my gratitude journaling every morning, my I am statements, and really creating the perfect journal pages for me. And I had several. And I had said to myself, I'm ready for these to be released. I don't want to throw them away. And it's a powerful thing for me to actually see something going into a different, being released. So not wanting to throw away the journal pages, I decided, let me burn them and put them out into the atmosphere. All of these journal pages. Okay. I went to my neighbor's house and they have a small barbecue pit. And I messaged her and I said, Ashley, could I use your barbecue pit? I'm going to burn journal pages. I'm sure that the responses, the messages she gets from me are only messages Hope would send. So she's like, okay, Hope, sure, you can use my barbecue pit to burn your journal pages. Absolutely. So I went to their home. I got the journal pages. I took the journal pages, and I have the coolest waterproof flashlight and matches. Like, this flashlight can go underwater. Oh, it gets even better, Joy for Life. You know it will. So these matches, let me see, because I've been feeling like MacGyver. Like, I am such a warrior right now. I am unstoppable, and I know it, which means I'm even more unstoppable. So I bought this because I loved being outside with my dad. We would go hiking and freshwater fishing and Yosemite, and my father loved being outside. So I have a Swiss Army knife because my dad always had a Swiss Army knife. And then I found this. And it's a flashlight that works underwater. However, it keeps waterproof matches inside that you can actually strike underwater that will flame up for 15 seconds. These hardcore matches. I'm like, yo, if anyone would have this, Hope would have this. If I never use this, I am buying this. This is the coolest thing in the world. So I bought them. So follow me. Barbecue pit. Stack of journal pages. Yeah, it was about that. So I break them into like thirds, and I put a big stack of journal pages on top of the wire. And I take these matches that burn for 15 seconds, and I would strike it and then stuff it underneath the paper because it won't go out. So it was stuffed like here in the paper, so it would start burning from the middle out. Then I would stuff one here, then I would stuff one here. So all of the paper was on fire from every side. It was amazing. And I was watching my handwriting just go up in smoke. It was like, oh, this is the most powerful release. So as they're burning, I'm adding more journal pages. And then I thought, this is a great idea. Get a rock and put a rock on top. On the top of the page and on the bottom, because it's Hawaii and I don't want it to fly away. So I add more and I put tons of matches and it's on fire and I'm releasing and it's great. I've also updated my posting for the release and come receive anything you need. So people are coming. It's about 3:00. Journal pages are on fire, and I have a tea time with a friend of mine. I completely forgot that I have like an open fire. I just hop on my bike and leave. This is how it gets hilarious. So I hop on these journal pages clearly on fire in this open space. They're not in a space with dry anything. Where they were, it's rocks. Not pavement, it's just rocks and dirt. There's a gazebo with all the stuff people are collecting. I hop on my bike to go have tea time with a friend. I bike to hers, and we had a lovely tea time, which was only for an hour. Because I'm the friend, I'm not going to be at your house all day. We can do a lot in an hour. I can come, we can hee, ha, have a tea, have a cookie, and I'm gone. I don't need to stay at your house all day. I tell you, a good hour, 90 minutes tops, get back to your day. Okay? I'm upfront with people. I love to see you within a contained amount. But I'm not laying around your house 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours. Some of these people, hang out doesn't mean hang out. No. We're hanging together, and then you got to go, because I got somewhere to go. I keep it real brief. You don't need to be hanging out. Listen, we're hanging together, and then we're on our separate ways. But you aren't going to be in my house for 8 hours. Get out of here. I don't care what you do. Exactly. Be purposeful. So we had, she prepared me a lovely detox water with cucumber and lemon and mint and fresh rosemary. and she had this beautiful African goddess card deck, and she wanted to read that for me, so she did. And she made some delicious black-eyed peas and rice, and she said, you're welcome, Counselor Cat Mom. I'm glad that it reflected on you today. I love you, you're doing great. So she offered me, she said, girl, you want some black-eyed peas and rice? I said, what? Of course. Why am I going to come to your house and say no to some delicious home-cooked black-eyed peas and rice? That's love. Of course I want some. Of course I want 2 or 3 portions. Come on now. Look who you're talking to. So I did do that. She gave it to me in this beautiful dish. Now, all the while, people are coming and collecting from my home. I'm not even here. I didn't even tell the neighbors in the house behind me that I'm present in the moment, hopped on my bike, left, and people are going to be coming. And oh, by the way, I have an open growing flame on the barbecue pit. No, I just got on my bike and went, and I'm enjoying my time with my friends, not even thinking about the fire or the people coming to collect the stuff. So she presents, yes. Okay, Michelle, pray for hope, please, and read a scripture about hope. So we enjoy our time. Yes, exactly. That's me. We enjoy our time. She gave me those black-eyed peas and rice. Of course, I say, listen, that was delicious. May I have another? Sure. She gives me another. I said, can you put some red pepper flakes or some hot sauce? Any spice element? Yes. Thank you. However, I definitely want some more of that black-eyed peas and rice. She said, okay. So I eat another. She shares some words. She's exactly what I needed. And I hop on my bike. Thank you for the rose. And I come back home. And as I approach my home, there's a driveway you must go up because my home is in the back. There's several homes on one lot. So as I'm riding up to my home, by my mailbox, I see a family with a truck bed and an additional hutch. Like, what is that called? An additional truck bed to house the bed frame. It was the family that took the bed frame for their son. And they took everything. Like, they took everything, which I want you to. However, they really took everything. Like, good for them. Because they took everything. I was looking like, I know I do take a lot. You definitely outtook me, and that's great. I am glad I could serve. And as I'm walking up to them, saying, wow, they really did good for them. They got everything they needed. A friend of mine, who is one of my best friend's sister, who moved to Maui, she was picking her children up from the daycare, which is provided by a friend of mine who lives behind my home. She runs the daycare. So she was like, oh, what's going on? I said, oh, pull over here. I'll let you know. I need to talk to these people. So I speak to her and I said, yeah, they're taking all this stuff. I'm shifting out. I'll come to your house tonight and I'll update you. However, it's beautiful. There's beautiful opportunities and everything is exactly how it should be. She was like, okay, all right, I'll see you later. I continue to bike up my driveway. Everything I set out is gone. Everything. Like, it's great, but it was all in that 2 hours, which should have been an hour. And I see my neighbor, Ashley, and she was like, hey, I said, was there a fire? She said, yeah, it was on fire. The barbecue pit caught on fire, but Justin said there's a fire outside. He went and grabbed the hose and he put it out. I was like, you know what? I am so sorry. That is such a thing I would do. I completely forgot that all those journal pages were on fire. She said, yeah, the whole thing caught fire. But no one was hurt. And it was like not near anyone. But Justin just got the hose and put it out. And people took everything. Like, we had to stop them from going in your house because people were going into your house. I was like, man, I completely forgot. I was such in my world. And because I'm protected and my neighbors, we all look out for each other, they just came and filled in. They're like, girl, you're good. Everything is gone, including the stripper pole. I said, good for them. If I were to come up on a pole, I'd be so happy. Those are hard to find. But they didn't take the tools for the pole dancing. I mean, they didn't take the tools. So all of that came full circle. Mag, good evening. Yes. So, yes, I set the fire. However, someone put it out. The fire never overtook and made the space unsafe. And that's the beauty with support. In all of this, there's support. I have found so much support in every element. And how everything just falls together. Even that, me just riding my bike away from an open flame barbecue pit on fire. Yeah, maybe that's the element of also being supported. Kindness. Receiving what is being put out. The woman giving the surgery, just listening, go to this coffee house. Okay, I'm just in a state of that. Thank you. I know I am. Thank you. I am genuinely happy. However, Mag, I've discovered my true fearlessness. Like, I'm unstoppable. So many things we often fear. It's just, it happens and then you go on. That's it. And over the weekend, I was springing into action. A friend told me, Hope, the thing with you is nothing knocks you over. You just you give yourself a space and you spring into action. And that's what it takes. All it takes is just movement. And I'm reminded of this because when I shared about me, I've always known. However, I'm seeing it in a different construct with different presentations. So how I saw my courage in other elements in life, it's just a different perspective because of what I've encountered in this moment. So yes, I've always had a courageousness. However, it's strengthened every time that muscle is exerted. And it's been exerted. Let me tell you. Oh, well, so what? See, what are you fearing? Is the roach going to hit you upside the head, put you in a bag, and take you home? No, you may not like it. It may make you feel uncomfortable. It may make you feel something, but it's not going to do anything. Let me tell you this. Here you go with me talking. Here in Hawaii, we have these huge flying roaches. They're genuinely disgusting. However, I see them as a response like me. You just can't get rid of them. Like, they are unstoppable. But they're quite large. They can be like as big as this. And they fly. They can fly. And it's just a part of island life. Exactly. Yes. It's just a part of island life. You can be as meticulously clean as possible. However, they just come. It's not about cleanliness. It's just, they slip in. And one night, I came out of my room to use the bathroom. And as you know, my favorite textile is silk. So if I'm sleeping in silk, or I'm sleeping in nothing. There is no other option. It's silk or nothing. So that particular night, it was nothing. So I come out of my room, I go through my little hallway, go into the bathroom, come out, and I happen to look at my door area. Thank you. No, what do you mean that's okay? That's great. I don't see nothing but, girl, that's great. I love the way I look when I go to sleep and wake up. Come on now, Jessica, come on now. So as I turn and look towards my front door, it's about 3 a.m. Yes, thank you. I see one of the flying cockroaches. And for me, I don't take anything's life. So I catch and release. Well, at this time, I am without clothes. It's 3 a.m. and by my front door is a huge flying cockroach, and right next to it is a scorpion. So I just laugh and say, okay, I know I'm powerful and courageous and fearless, and I can do all things. So this is proving that I can do all things because I'm currently naked. It is 3 a.m. I catch and release. I don't kill, and I'm tasked with choosing which thing am I going to catch and release first. Am I going to catch and release the flying cockroach that can fly and fly on me and fly in the home? Or am I going to catch the scorpion first? Exactly. These are the choice. This is why life doesn't bother me. These are real choices. You cutting in front of me at the grocery store, do you know what I endured at 3 a.m.? I do not care about that. Gone where? I'm in my home. No, I just have to do it. This is my thought. I just have to do it. Which one am I catching first? The thought isn't, I hate this. This is terrible. No, Hope, handle it. It's a very quick thought. And it's really that quick. Which one am I catching first? So I decided to catch the flying cockroach because it can fly. It can fly. Not at the same time. That's not tactical. I got my clear cup, which I set out different cups to catch and release. And I caught it. And I put this paper on top. And I open the door and I throw it outside. I said, okay. First predator gone. I have to be. What am I... Listen, this is me, okay? This is how Hope does it. She's faced with the flying cockroach or the scorpion. Which one to compassionately catch and release? So, caught and released the cockroach. Boom. Now, I have the scorpion, which has its tail up at me. It's also a sign of luck. In a spiritual element, I am her. I really am. In a spiritual element, it may be seen as a positive sign because scorpions are so tactical. They don't just strike at anything. Thank you, daughter. Thank you. Well, if you see it, if you spot it, you got it. So you're just as awesome and beautiful. So in a spiritual element, and there's other cultures, indigenous cultures, that see scorpions as a positive sign of radical change. Because you don't see scorpions, and when you do, they are tactical about attack. They won't just attack anything. They will truly take their time, position themselves, position their tail, and strike, and they rarely miss. So I also believe in that. I don't see those things as a nuisance. I see it as a maybe sign of confirmation. Jessica Yvonette. Wait a minute. Yeah, is that like Yvonne? Yvonette? Yvonette. Okay, got it. Thank you. So I put that in the plastic cup. I throw that out. I felt fearless. I was like, I am unstoppable. I'm getting into bed, but why? Where is my round of applause? So that's how I got to the roach thing, Jessica. Yeah, you may not like it. However, it doesn't like you. Most animals don't really care for a human. 100% of the time when an animal comes in contact with a human, it usually ends their life. So just clear it out of the way. If I can do it at 3 in the morning naked with a scorpion, I'm sure you can. Then there was another time there was two. Yeah, but it's not that scary. You've lived a long life. It's even refraining that. Yeah, I don't like it, but it's not that. It won't, you will not explode. It's not going to bite you and then you explode. So don't leave fire. Definitely don't leave your journal pages on a barbecue pit under a full flame and then hop on your bike to go meet with a friend. It is not the most tactical decision. Yeah, you're welcome. All it is a perspective shift. And as you see, I'm always doing it. Even yesterday, the flame, I just left a burning flame. And I left my own beautiful sail. Or people were walking in my house like, what else could I get? Well, sure, that's fine. I love the fact that by helping others, it's helping me. And the beauty of the shift and being open to the shift and being open to releasing things. And I say I'm releasing with the expectation and knowing of the beauty that now has a space to occupy. And there was a moment where I felt so empowered because, yeah, life does happen. It happens. Things sometimes fall away. Homes, cars, families, friends, expectations, careers, whatever we have in our mind. Maybe it's not falling away. Maybe it's just the beauty of the new, that you haven't yet seen the full picture. And that's how I see it. And I purposely tell myself that, because if not, you just reflect back to the opposite. Oh, this is terrible. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe this is the best lesson of your life. Maybe this is exactly what needs to be. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's just a thought. Maybe this is a lesson and I'm learning it in real time. And I'm proud of my strength. And I'm proud that I'm showing up with a smile. And I'm proud that, yeah, I may release some tears or journal or call a friend, and I keep going. I just keep going. And I'm reminded of that. Especially because last Friday when I was biking home and the sun was coming down and I was on that bike road by the Kiave trees. And I had to refocus my eyes. I felt like a real warrior woman, like I'm getting all of these tactical, see, this is the word of the day, Mag, tactical. All of these tactical skills back where I can see at night, because we're not used to that as humans. We always have light. However, if you're in the elements, in the dark, your eyes start to adjust. And you're able to see the different gradients of light and shadows that you wouldn't see if you're constantly in artificial light. And I shared as I was on my bike, I saw, it looked like heads moving. Yeah, it was like an action movie. And then I was like, is that a group of kids? Is that a group of people? It's heads moving, but it was several, like 60, 80. And as I'm biking, I'm seeing, oh, that's an animal. That's a deer. That's several tens of deers in front of me. And it's dark, and it's me. And for a moment, there was a fear of, oh my gosh, I could get trampled because these deers are going to be like, why is Hope here? And they're going to run. Like, it was such a brief thought. And Then I hit my brakes, which screech. Skrrr! And I saw all the deer's heads turn like at once in cadence. And then they just crossed the path at once within the same beat. That animalistic nature of become safe. And at once, really, I think it was between 60 to 100 deer ran across my path. Not even maybe 10 feet in front of me. Maybe. Between 8 to 10 feet in front of me in the dark. And then feeling, because I felt that whoosh of all of them running across. And that energy. I feel that I felt that energy. At first, it was almost like a rushing feeling, agitated. Now, our brain will categorize what we tell it. So, and I know that. So when I felt that energy, that rush, that woof, I told myself, whoa, I'm picking up on that dynamic movement, that deer energy, that something, maybe in a different time, I'm gaining that energy of swift movement. But keep moving. And they cleared. And yeah, it's dark, but you keep moving. I'm not going to stop my bike. The point is to keep moving. It is scary. It is Hawaii. Some of the roads may not be paved. So what? You just keep moving. The only goal is to keep moving. All of that is true. It's dark. Yes, keep moving. The road is bumpy. Yes, keep moving. I can't see. It's dark. Yeah, and keep moving. The only goal is continuous movement. And how that brings the solution. That's all you have to do. Is move. Now, I did take that swift deer energy. That really has inspired me. I'm definitely embodied in that energy. However, to just move. Yeah, things happen. Keep moving. Don't stop. You just keep moving. If that means I get up, brush my teeth, and take a shower, then that's movement. But to stop and say this has taken the life out of me, it hasn't. You just move. It doesn't matter the action, just move. The action's there. It'll come. I've found this. I've done it so many times. Even rapidly transitioning or moving. Because most of my moves, aside from me moving to... I've had 3 rapid movements. Where when I was a flight attendant, I got my transfer and I knew I was going to have to move countries within 2 weeks, or move bases, move states within 2 weeks. That's not out of the ordinary for me. Like, oh, this opportunity comes, you may need to relocate. Sure. How long? How much? 3 days? 10 days? Great. 14 days is even better. However, I can usually do it in 5 to 7 days. It's just me. And because I've done it, it's not daunting to me. I love it. I enjoy kind of that pickup, that it's not really a hustle, but it's a cadence that is a bit more rapid than it has been for me. And the beauty in what I'm learning and the glow is I really know my power. The things that others may really fear, losing a car, repossession, eviction, fear of even homelessness, all of that has happened and none of it has happened. Like there was that fear and none of it has happened. Actually, it got even better. So now how can you implement fear into me? All of those things have happened and they didn't. And everything actually went far increased in benefit for me. So what else would I ever fear? Because it's really just fearing something that hasn't happened. I know I am courageous beyond measure. And I can just say that and start to believe it. You may not even believe it, but the fact that you just say it, you are. You speak it. That's where I am. That's the glow. I am unstoppable. So also, as I was donating all these things, my mother had said, look for some organization to donate to. And a woman came to pick up her child, who my friend runs a daycare. She works with an organization, and she said, hey, are you having a yard sale? She said, no, my neighbor is, she's transitioning, so she's clearing a lot of stuff out. And the woman says, would she be open to donating to the organization I work at? I said, I'm sure. She said, I'm sure she is. She said, okay, leave her my number. Whatever people don't pick up, we will bring a truck and we will pick it up. I work for Women Helping Women. It's a nonprofit organization on the island, and we help with women who are rebuilding their lives, be it through trauma, through abuse, through homelessness. It is solely based on rebuilding women. So we'll take everything. We'll take furniture, we'll take clothes, we'll take makeup, because this is all giving up, going back to women who are rebuilding their lives. Joy for life, absolutely. Keep moving. That was the blessing, because I love women. I'm one of 5 girls. I love humans. However, this is my experience in this body. So it brings me joy to support women. And how that came with ease. Like it was a thought and it just happened. And how that creates other blessings. You see how this simple thought of, I'm giving it away. First of all, I want to give it away. It's not about how much can I get? No, it's already there. Money always comes. It's already there. I woke up today and offered someone a free serger machine, and she gave me a few 20. It's always there. That's how easy it is. I don't even think about it in that way. However, the good that creates throughout the heart of humanity or whoever it helps is the space where magic is created. No, Jessica, okay, let me call you in. The fact is, I am here. It's not about more people. It's the fact that if you see me doing it, that's a reflection of someone who's taught me how to do it, which means they're there. That's a reflection of what you see. So we are here. And the fact that you see me is the confirmation that there's actually far more than you believe or that you know. So no, it's not an apology. You did absolutely nothing wrong. It's a perspective change. If you see it, that means there's more of it. Maybe this is something I was born with, but my father, when he had a church, would donate to a women's organization, and then they would change because we would donate the church money from offering. We would choose different nonprofit organizations to donate the money to. This is why there's a lot of others who are doing this. I was taught it. That means there's others. My dad was taught by somebody. There's other people. We're here. You're seeing it. Just know. And through that flow of abundance of just knowing, like, I am fearless, I have maintained, and I will always keep going. I'm calling you in, not calling you out. I call you in with love. Call out is like mean and disrespectful. This is love. Thank you. Thank you. I'm learning. I've experienced a lot. And there was a moment where it was a real moment. Saturday morning, I had the Zoom service for my grandmother that transitioned, because she's in Georgia. And I'm going through this transition of shifting. And there was a moment of like, how much more can a person take? And I immediately corrected myself. I didn't even allow myself to finish that thought. I said, and it's building something in you. I'm not going to say how much more can someone take. I'm saying I'm built for this. So feel what you need to feel. If you want to feel grief, sadness, and you feel exhausted and tired because you're transitioning spaces, and you feel the loss from your grandmother because it's almost day after day there's something, it's okay. And hope. You keep showing up. You're feeling everything. You're allowing yourself to feel. Thank you. I'll journal about it. And then at the service on Zoom, when a story of her life was read out, it spoke of how she was born in 1927. Thank you. And how she fearlessly, a woman in the 40s, moved from Texas to California for better opportunities. I am just another successful woman in a line of strong women. A woman did what I've been doing in the 40s. In the 40s, it was a beautiful reminder of course, and keep going. They've been doing this. You've been doing this. In fact, she's with you doing this. This is a part of it. And being able to shift that perspective. I'm still showing up with a smile. If I need to cry, cry. If I feel overwhelmed, go to sleep. And I will try again tomorrow. That's it. I get to choose. And I keep showing up. And the show up may just be, I'm up today, smiled, I got my earrings on, beautiful outfit, I'm smiling, and I'm just going to sit by the ocean today. That's the best. That will feel good. Sure. Because something will probably come out of that. Someone will sit by me and who knows. However, it's never too much. I love who I have grown out of and into. And everything's really working. Everything is, like, in the most beautiful ways. So when I say don't leave fire, have that fire inside of you that allows you to show up. Have that fire inside of you that, regardless of how you see life, you're smiling today. You're not taking it out on people. You're saying, you know what, today's a good day. It doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter. I don't have to take that out on someone. I can smile. I'm showing up for me. I feel good. Today's a great day. Today's a great day. And it will continue to be great. I may not know how great it gets. It's a great day. You're here. Your presence is here. Your presence is probably a gift to somebody. Other of you, your presence is not a gift to someone, but that's beneficial too. You get to choose. Today's a great day. Doesn't matter if the car is running or it's not running. Today's a great day. Again, especially with finances, it doesn't matter if a bill is paid or not. It's a great day. You're actually supposed to enjoy your human experience, not only be in it for the payment of bills and the security that the payment of bills brings, and then embody the stress of not funding your obligations. So what? You can choose how you want to feel. I chose. And this is me. When everything seemingly seemed to fall apart, nothing fell apart. When I let go and said, all right, it's just gonna fall, actually nothing did. Everything worked out perfectly. Is it uncomfortable? Maybe, but so what? I'm used to that. I'm the person that's been kicked out of countries. Like, I've had real issues. Cockroach or scorpion. So what? All you have to do is say, so what, and move on. Like I said to the gentleman, when I asked him, hey, can you get that drink for me from the Whole Foods refrigerated section? And he grabbed it out of the case. And I said, thank you. And he said, oh, well, did you assume I was going to buy it? I said, yeah. He was like, oh, well, what about if a man did that? So what? That was my response. So what? Okay, do you want to buy it or not? So what? We got to get to the goal here. What is the goal? I got to cut that out. And this is really how I think. What is the goal? Is the goal to express your opinion, to allow an expression, to maybe strengthen the opinion that you have, maybe to gain some favor for yourself for expressing, for you to retain the money that you have? What is the outcome for what you are saying? So what? I don't care if you think about what would a woman say if a man did that. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. No man has ever asked me to buy this, to be honest. I've never had this conversation. However, so what? What happened to you today? I lost my car. So what? What happened today? I got evicted. So what? What are you going to do now? So what? What happened? My account went into overdrive. Okay, so what? What happened? Oh, they don't like me. So what? What? Okay, do you like you? Yeah, take a minute. But so what? What are you going to do now? Just ask yourself that. So what? Yeah, all of that is true. So what? What's next? Is this it? Does life just end? You get evicted and someone doesn't like you and then life ends? That it doesn't. It keeps going. So what? What did you learn? How can you use this to your benefit? How did this teach you more about yourself? Yeah, listen. Some of the things, we all experience things. And I've experienced a lot. Trust me, if I shared these things, sometimes you hear people's problems and you think, wow, if they think those are problems, that's nothing. And then it can be the reverse. Like, whoa, listening to your problems means I ain't got no problems. I don't ever have problems. There is a saying that says, if you have a problem that man or money, let me correct that. If you have an issue that a human being or money can solve, you have no issue. If all it takes is payment or a doctor or a therapist, a human being, that's not a problem. A problem is something that either of those things cannot solve. Trust me. So what? People never liked me. Why? Okay, why does that matter what people think of you? If you're not in a place where you like you, then you will care what people think about you. But if you care what people think about you, you're always going to have that problem, because all you have is people in life, and all people have are their thoughts of you. So you always have material to make you upset, or make you mad, or make you doubt yourself, or make you feel like you have to prove something to these people. You don't. Maybe it's just that you don't like you. Once you start liking you, it doesn't matter. I don't care about what it, I actually don't care. I've said it many times. They like to wear sparkly shirts. Oh, great. What does that have to do with me? They voted for so-and-so. Okay, what does that have to do with me? How does that benefit? What does that do for my life in this moment? For me to just not like someone? Does it help? Does it create the solution? If me not liking someone, hating someone, creates the solution, then sure. If it doesn't mean anything to me. I like me. But also in this moment, I think about things in this moment. How does this affect me? This person likes eating meat. I don't eat meat. How does that affect me? It doesn't. Why do I care what someone wants to eat? I'm glad you found something you like to eat. I have things in life that need my energy. And often I believe people just want to align with maybe a group or a thought for maybe to feel better about themselves. Because I understand I'm very courageous. Not everyone, I don't know if everyone is there yet. People just, yeah. We all just go through life, but how do you want to go through? I want to go through life knowing that I'm learning. That's something. I'm the best at what I do, this. However, I'm learning. That's how I see life. I have my health. That's important. Nothing really else is that important to me. My health is important. The health of my parents and people I love. I check up on them. I have a support system. My goals within speaking and showing up. Outside of that, whatever you do is best for you. Okay? That's how I choose to show up in my most compassionate, loving space. So with that, do not leave your fire unattended. Keep it burning for whatever's for you. And we gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. If anyone knows that, please, because of the locks, I'm going to have to put that on afterwards. So that's what's up. I also allow myself the space. So I do allow myself the space to flow and release. Yeah. You gotta listen to that today. As soon as I get off, I'm gonna put that on. So that's what's up. So I'm shifting. I will be traveling. I was actually trying to be, and it sure is. It sure is. I was trying to be back on the mainland by tonight. I think it's possible because my niece from New York is visiting my parents in California. And so my parents are going to the national parks like Yosemite and doing beach days, and I want to be there with them. So I will be in California. You will definitely see more outside, especially my favorite beaches and hikes in California, because during summer, most of the time I go back to my parents for a couple of weeks, and then I travel for the duration of summer. So that is happening, and I will come on again. I've allowed my space, and I am here, and things are great, and they keep getting better. You see this glow? Baby, I'm about to hop on the bike right now, okay? All of NYC, because I lived there, it depends. I mean, it doesn't depend. It's all of it. I love New York, especially in the summer. I love just walking for hours. I love Soho. I absolutely love Chinatown. I go to Chinatown. I love the Bronx. The Bronx has fantastic food. The Bronx has, well, all of New York. All of New York. If you're adventurous, go eat everywhere. Yeah, the Bronx. One of my family members lives in the Bronx off of Pelham Parkway, and it's beautiful. You see like horse stables and these beautiful homes. I love Chinatown. Yay! I'll update you. I love going and getting my dumplings and noodles and foods that would be similar to when I would travel to Hong Kong and Beijing. Because New York, hands down, it's not that I don't love New York. I would not be in New York for 365 days a year. I can appreciate times. I could do like a good 3 months. However, no. I love eating in Chinatown. I love Koreatown. There's a strip of Ethiopian and West African restaurants. I love the markets, the museums, the Museum of Natural History is my favorite museum in New York, off of 81st Street Station. I think you can take the C there. Okay, James Monroe. I love a Junior's cheesecake. I go to the one on 42nd, but there's one in Brooklyn. One of my favorite pizza places is in Brooklyn. However, there's exceptional pizza throughout New York. I recommend a Jersey Day, either a Jersey Beach, the Boardwalk. It's just eclectic. I lived in Newark. I love Newark. Newark has a soft space in my heart. Yeah, just be open, listen, talk to people. That's the beauty of New York. So I will speak more about New York, because New York is quite a different universe. Understand, once you step off the plane in New York, you are in a completely different universe. Okay, remember that. And with that, Newark and Hoboken. Ooh, okay, my next live, I will speak about that, because I lived in Newark, and those areas, Hoboken, Jersey City, I love. You can find something great with everywhere. Be ready to walk. I've been open, I'm flowing, I'm taking life in, and everything is great. Everything's great and getting better. So now it's about getting a taco. Or as my thank you. My niece says, everyone knows, I think she said, everyone knows it's Burrito Thursdays or Burrito Wednesdays, Taco Tuesdays, burrito. I'm going to get a burrito, since I won't be cooking. So I will come on again. This was quite a long one. However, I love you. Be the reflection of love, because we come from an infinite source of love. Show up. Keep showing up. All you gotta do is show up. Make it look good when you show up. Okay? Make it look good. Take that, email them, go to their website and email them and say, I saw Hope's earrings. I love those earrings. Do you have more earrings? Where are the earrings? Actually, I'm going to go over there now and see if they have some more. Their earrings make me so happy. and make it look good when you show up. And keep that fire going. The fire for life. It's never done. Sometimes we restructure our fire to cook different things. How you cook a steak isn't how you cook like grilled vegetables. So make sure to maintain your fire. Don't leave it, maintain it. Put it out at times, restart it at times. However, don't leave your flame. Because I did that, and that's actually a hazard. Could have burned things down, but I didn't. So, love you. Happy to speak again. I will see you again later today. Ciao. Love you, Joy for Life. Love you, Jessica Lopez, Mag. You know you mine. And keep sending that good energy. Keep hoping your prayers, because things are coming in. And your prayers accelerated, your meditations, your good energy. So I am grateful and thankful in all ways. And it keeps getting better. Ciao.